Right here, it's showing you the default preset. If you come back, you can there. Let's actually go down to settings. Click back. It shows different scenes and stuff, but honestly, you could stay in the default scene and leave it everything where it is, because you're not needing any delay or any like EQ, especially since you're not using the subs up here. You can set it up to where this goes into a subwoofer, and there's a setting that you can change in here. So this knob right here just moves you up and down to get into each menu and stuff. When you see it, you click this top button here, and that's for each little section. So if you want to get into this right here, that little curve, that is a high pass filter or a low shelf. So that takes the EQ of this speaker and it takes the lower frequencies out. So if you're running with a subwoofer, the subwoofer pushes the lower sounds and it takes it out of the tops, so that there's like a blend there. Right now it's turned off, so you're getting more of your lows here, which is good for what you're using right now.
That's what I need.
Yeah. To get into each section, you press this bottom button here, and you can flip through and see there are different places where it'll shelf off frequency wise. It looks like there's one at 80 hertz, one at 100 hertz, and one at 125. And it just depends on where you want the low frequencies to cut out. And that's if you're running a subwoofer, you can set that high pass filter here, and it cuts out work from the board, because most of the time you can do it from the board, but these speakers can do it automatically by themselves. But we'll go out of that because we're not going through, we're not using the subs. And then below that, the delay is if you're using multiple speakers, like you have two speakers up front and then behind, and it's not necessary for here, so just kind of leave it at 0 milliseconds. You don't have to worry about anything there. The EQ, you can go through and for the overall speaker, so let me go back so you can see where it's at. It's about the fourth one right above settings. Click into that. You can go into each frequency individually, choose what frequency that you want to pull out or push up, and a lot of times that's just kind of like listening to, you flip through them, listen to them. If it doesn't sound good,
I could do it on the board too, though, right?
You can do it on the board, you can do it here, it depends on where you want to. Most of the time if you do it here, it's like a set and just set and forget type. And then but it's I would leave those just baseline, because that's a lot more accessible, and you can see that a lot better. And then you're not running into issues like, oh, this sounds this right here sounds, I can't find out where the problem is, so I just kind of leave that where it is. That's all the settings within the little menu here. There are more. Speaker. It's got a save scenes, recall scenes, and LED contrast, which is just the brightness of the screen, and a factory reset, which deletes everything. We're going to go into recall scenes right now, and we're going to recall default. The default scene, maybe. There we go. Go back. Go back. It's your back button on top. And here, this is the name of the preset. That is your high pass filter, low pass. So that is if you plugged into a sub, you would like to change that to cut off frequencies. I'm actually going to scroll into that to show you what it looks like. Oh, no. Went a little too far. It gives you an 80 hertz cutoff, 100 hertz, and 125. Right now we have it set to no sub because we're not normally running the subs. The delay is set at 0 milliseconds. We can leave it at that as well. And the EQ is flat. There's nothing dipped out. That's to your preference, but best to leave it flat. And we're gonna leave this on default. Oh, I'm gonna go down one more. And you could save that scene if you wanted to, and go down to recall scenes. If I can remember how to get into it. Go into the default scene. We can recall the live scene that we saved. pressing the wrong button. And this should have a high pass filter at, yeah, should have it at 125. It does not. But that's just extra stuff. Everything here should be flat. Let's go back into default. There you go. Oh, nope. And just leave it at that. There's an option down here if you would like to come off of here for the subs, but as we were saying before, your subs are set up for aux send. It's a lot easier to just come off the board to mix there. There are two different mic lines in. There's an A line and there's a B line here. If you wanted to kind of just add a different source to come into the speaker as well. That's about it. The overall gain for this line is here. We have it at 0 dB. That's a good baseline to have. If you are seeing these lights flashing like red or anything here, you're going to want to go to your board and turn down the main volume. And then if you need more volume overall, you can come up here and push it from here a little bit. But if this is red, that means you're sending too much signal to your speaker and it is clipping and peaking, and you're going to get a distorted sound from that. But overall, everything seems to be set up where it needs to be. That menu just has a couple extra features that you can dial in and make it sound however you want it to. And you can save scenes as well, so it makes it a lot easier to slip into a different setting pretty quickly. These are aux fed subs coming off of the aux send here. This cable is going into channel 1 on the amplifier for the subwoofer. And to dial in each channel, these are your 2 mic channels. You don't want to add too much of that into. But for your guitar channel, you just pull up the aux feed, and that'll push the subs through the aux send. And down here, everything is coming into channel 1. This is your overall volume, and pretty much leave it at that. If this is blinking red underneath peak, you're going to want to pull back your aux send or your channel volume to your, because it's actually from your, you can pull down the overall auxiliary send, which I'm pretty sure that exists here. No, it doesn't. Just pulled back whatever is being sent to the aux channels. Pull the volume down until it's no longer blinking red if it is, and then you should be good.
This one is equal to this one?
If you're running,
Yeah, because these are the same. See how it says gain, and this is gain as well. If you're running in stereo, yes, those need to be the same. So these two are the same,
Okay.
and these two are relatively the same. There they are. They're the same now. And these two are the same.
Mirror.
So it's mirrored. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's mirrored perfectly.
So what about these the meter source? What is that?
It's reading what's coming in to the system, as opposed to. So let me flip it. Play. As opposed to what's going out, which is relatively the same.
So if I leave them on,
You're getting signal. Play. Sorry.
you good?
I'm gonna A/B it, turn them on and off it.
Reversed.
It's not doing much anything to your sound as much as